Hey y'all, it's Kay. I hope y'all missed me. I missed y'all, but we can get into this mud, get into this phase. I really miss teaching y'all, so I had to pop back on YouTube to drop a video. So first we're going to start with our eyebrows. Right now, I don't know. Please pray for my brows because they're doing a little, I don't know. They're a little messed up, but I'm going to teach y'all the beginner way to do your brows. You line your pencil up in these different spots to teach you where your brow goes. So the first one I did, that shows you where it begins. Then you curve it to the side at a diagonal. That shows you that's the highest point of your eyebrow. And then the other at the end, that's how you figure out where your tail is supposed to be. That's why I marked those 3 dots. That was what I learned when I was a beginner. And that's what I'm telling y'all today. And believe you me, it works. That's how I learned. That's how you should learn. There's pictures online. I will try to see if I can find a clip to post to help, y'all visualize what I'm trying to say. But if you follow those guides, your brows can never go wrong. Obviously, when you're first starting out, you can make your brows bigger, but it's okay to make them bigger and then go back with a little concealer and make them smaller. But as long as you have the base down and the shape down, you should be good to go from there. I didn't use the marker on the other side. I just wanted to show you guys that because that's what I used when I was learning. But I just went and did my brow, how I normally do my brows on the other side. So this is me filling it in. Lately, it depends on what kind of hair color I have. Right now I have a darker hair color, so I fill my brows in with a color that kind of matches my brows first, just to kind of fill in the sparse areas. And then I go in and redefine the outside of my brow with a slightly darker pencil to make them like really pop when I put the concealer down. So I'm going to try to add names and stuff at the bottom. Give me some grace, okay? I'm getting back into this, so it might not be, the first day. But I'm going to try to add them and the colors as much as possible. This, I know I'm using a new concealer. I haven't used it under my eyes yet to tell you guys if I like it or not. I picked it up because I thought, it was supposed to be like a good product. But I actually grabbed the wrong thing. So this is a concealer by Anastasia Beverly Hills. Because I thought that I seen an influencer say that she liked it. But she was actually saying she liked the foundation. But I had already bought this and I wasn't taking it back. And the color that I got isn't bad. It's a little bright though. But it's cool. I like it for under my brows for right now because I typically like a thicker consistency when I'm going under my brows. So you see me sitting here, carving the way. This is also beginner friendly. If you're nervous that your brows aren't going to match up at the same, level, you can drag that line from one brow underneath, if I had a unibrow, all the way to the other side. That helps make sure they're level, make sure they match, and it will help you until you're able to just visualize that without having that extra line. And it doesn't matter that it's there because even if you want to wipe it off, you could. But for the most part, you could just blend it out. It's just concealer. The face doesn't have anything on it that you're going to ruin it. And it's not too bright to the point where it's not going to blend into other products. So that's what I'm doing now because I'm trying to be as beginner-friendly as possible. I do know that, if you follow me on social media, sometimes it goes a little fast because you're trying to get as much information as you can in 1 minute. And I'm not going to hold you. It's a little hard to teach you how to do a full face in a minute. I've seen people do it, and they're obviously pros. And I'm going to say I'm not one of those. I do know how to do my makeup and how to do other people's makeup, and I'm a makeup lover. But as far as teaching you how to do a full face in under a minute on my own face is just a little difficult for me. Just going to be honest. So after that, use a lighter one underneath. Never use a lighter one on top. So we're going to dip into foundation. This foundation is something I'm trying out. It is a Laura Mercier foundation, and the color is cardamom. It matches me, but I typically like to go a little bit darker when I use foundations. And I'm going to tell you why. I like to go maybe slightly, not like scary dark, but slightly darker with my foundations because once I apply my concealer just for the base, just to get rid of my dark circles or get rid of my dark marks, whatever the case may be, once I brighten that and then add a brightening concealer, because I'm a brightening concealer girly, sorry. But once I do that, if my foundation matches me to the T, I think that my face comes out a little bit lighter. this time I went with, a foundation that pretty much matches my skin. So you guys can tell me how you feel at the end. If you think it's a little bit too light, if I should have went darker, or if I'm just used to seeing a darker foundation on me. You can tell me if it's off to you, because I want to hear your opinion. But, yeah. And, makeup is fun. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be some therapeutic time with yourself. You can go back through. If something's looking a little off, you can always edit. You can always fix. But you see, you can just take a brush with nothing on it, nice little fluffy brush, and just blend. Blend those lines away. Blend. Take your time. Don't rush. I mean, even if you are rushing, because sometimes when you rush, the face comes out better than if you're taking your time. But that's neither here nor there, because it just takes time at first. So you can see I'm blending that foundation away, and it's going, away into my face. But I do feel like it's a little bit light for my liking. But you can go back in. If you think you blended a little bit too much, just do, in the front, just do strokes up. That's it. That's all. And yeah, it'll eventually come together. After that, we're going to get into more blending. I'm telling you guys, blending is key. If you want your makeup to look good, focus on that blend. Then I'm lazy, so I use that spray. It's from e.l.f. I use that to pretty much moisturize my skin before I went in with the e.l.f. Grip Primer. And then this is the foundation. I like the consistency, I'm not going to lie. At first I thought it was going to be oily, but it's not really oily. It's just really thin. And I actually think I prefer that. I was nervous though, because as you see, I have acne scars and a little bit of scarring here and there. And I thought it was going to, make my acne and stuff peek through. But after I did about 2 layers, which is not too heavy, because keep in mind, it's a thin, more watery consistency. After I blended it in and did another layer, I got into a medium coverage, medium to full coverage type of place that I was able to work with. If you're uncomfortable with that, if you do have acne marks and you don't want to move on, pro tip is you can use a concealer, a concealer pot, or just a concealer that matches your skin, and just pretty much go on ahead and conceal those spots beforehand. Me personally, I don't like to layer a bunch of things on my skin. I'm not really sure why. I just would rather deal with it. And also, I have freckles and stuff, so sometimes I do actually want those to show through a little bit. So I'm okay with the medium coverage and just correcting anything that I don't like to see. But yeah, we're just gonna put that foundation on, and we're gonna blend. Foundation is not really that hard. As long as you matched yourself correctly, you should be good to go. But once you get that on, you notice I don't put anything under my eyes. Underneath my eye area is strictly for concealer. This concealer that I use is from Tarte Shape Tape. It is actually the hydrating one, and it's this shade that I'm using right now. I want to say is Tan Deep Sand. And then in a moment I will... because it's hydrating, I don't think it's as full coverage as the original formula. So I am going to go in with 2 layers of concealer underneath my eyes, so I get it to a spot that I feel comfortable. But again, it's the hydrating formula, and I don't think it's as heavy as the original formula. That's just my personal opinion. But trick, if you ever have your sponge too wet, use a napkin. It's going to get the rest of the water out. You don't want to apply a super wet, drenched sponge to your face, okay? Ever. All you're going to do is make your makeup just lift or separate from your skin, and defeating the whole purpose of the bead, okay? So we're going to take our time. We're going to blend. This is a sponge. It's AOA sponge. You can get it from Amazon, or you can get it from Shop Miss A. It's a very, 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 very soft sponge. Literally melts your makeup in seconds. That's how good this sponge is. I can't rave about it enough. I went away from it for a while because I was a brush girly, high coverage, wanted all the coverage a product could ever give. And now I'm kind of back because I'm not as crazy with the coverage as I used to be. But the face is going to slowly come together. Again, today is going to be a beginner-friendly face, so we're not going to do a bit too much, but it's still going to give, okay? We're going to go ahead and just beat that away. On one side, I'm going to conceal again with that Tan Deep Sand shade. And then on the other side right now, we're going to go in with a slightly brighter shade because I wanted to see, you know, I wanted to give content to both my girlies. The bright under eye girlies and then the girls that just want to, you know, be cute and chill. So we're going to do, this is the brighter side that I already applied. And then this is going to be the Tan Deep Sand once again. They are very similar, but the first one I applied was definitely brighter. You're going to see when I look straight on. But it's like brighter, as you can see. So we're going to blend that. I'm going to blend, you know, the less bright side first so that I pretty much don't contaminate it or transfer the brightness to the other side because that's defeating the purpose. But yeah, so we're going to blend that, blend. Just pat. You don't have to literally beat your face, but just pat lightly just so that the product doesn't move from where you want it to go and that it stays where you want it to be placed. Then I'm going to take this Juvia's Place foundation stick for the sides of my face. I personally like to use a foundation stick for contouring. I just like the texture and how it lays flat, how it lays down on the skin versus using a concealer. I'm pretty sure you can use a concealer, but I just haven't done that since I pretty much started doing my full face differently years ago. The last time, I don't know, I used to use LA Pro Conceal. So we switched from there. We grew up a little bit. And so yeah, now it's been some time. I'm gonna go ahead and pretty much blend that brighter eye for you guys. So that's what I'm doing here. Again, take your time. I still haven't blended that line down my nose. There's not really any reason. I just probably forgot about it because I was worried about trying to get these bright versus non-bright on my face. But yeah, just take your time. Everything will melt into each other. No need to worry, no need to rush. And yeah, same placement, 2 dots with the Juvia's Face foundation stick, and just pity pat the brush. And it's pretty much going to blend it for you. You do not have to rub, scrub. No, you pat the things in place, and you pretty much try to quickly pat in the same spot but slightly move. Don't drag or anything. And once that product is, you know, pretty much built up on the brush from me doing it on both sides, I just take the leftovers and put it anywhere that I think my face needs a little bit more deepening, darkening. So I took it to my forehead because since I have a lace, I don't want to put product directly onto those areas. So now that we've pretty much blended, it's time to set. I am using Laura Mercier translucent powder under my eyes and in the areas I'm about to show. I did want to show you guys that it's important to set the size of your nose so that you don't just have that foundation concealer gap of skin pocket there. Please make sure you guys are setting the corner of your nose because, girl, that is a pet peeve of mine, and babes, it looks gross when you don't. And I want to be that friend that tells you because some friends won't tell you. And then I'm just gonna set under my eyes, set my chin, top of my lip, forehead, nose, and then on one side I wanted to do that little trick when they go under the cheek. So I did that slightly over here. Yeah, that. I'm still not sure how I like it, but I tried it out. It's, you know, it's cool for now. Then I'm going to take this, you know, brown contour palette from Black Radiance, I believe. And I'm just going to contour my nose. Lately, I've been liking a powder contour on the nose and not a cream and powder. It's a little softer to me. It's not as harshly and aggressive. If you like a more, you know, deeper defined contour on your nose, you can use a cream than a powder. But I personally just like a powder right now. And I feel like it's easier to clean up because all you got to do is put some powder on both sides. If you feel like you used a brush that was too big or if you feel like it's a little too wide, you could just clean that up. And I'm going to go ahead and shape the face with this as well, just to give me some color back to the face because, as I said, I use the foundation that's like very close to my skin. So I do kind of feel like it's drying me out a little bit. Sorry if you guys hear me breathing in this video. I'm a little sick, but I'm trying to work through it. For you guys. It's all for you. Like Route said. But yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and add some color to my face because I'm looking a little pale. I'm looking a little pale, I'm not gonna lie. I'm using that black radiance one, and then I also just bought the Juvias Place medium, so I wanted to try that also to give me some color, because I feel like the one that's up from that is a little bit too dark. So I don't know, maybe just it's too dark for the looks that I be trying to get, but we'll see. I'm gonna test them out and maybe like layer them, because this might be slightly too light. It's cute though for like this face, but if I wanted to give a little bit more, I don't think it would help. But yeah, so we're gonna go through, we're just gonna pat that powder in, and after that we're gonna take a foundation powder and a very fluffy brush, because we don't need a lot of coverage. We're gonna use a fluffy brush for less coverage. We just want to dust that bake away and make sure the face is cohesive. That's why we're going in with the foundation powder. And I'm going to take that color and apply it on the eyes. You don't want to leave your eyes just wet. It's going to crease. So we're just going to take that foundation powder so everything is cohesive, all the same tones, all the same colors. Just blend. Take a fluffy brush, blend it all over the eye. Wow, chef's kiss. You don't have to use a bronzer if you don't have one. Just get a foundation powder and blend it on your eyes. Everything will all come together, look cohesive, and be in harmony, because it's all the same things. So I've also been using the two-tone method like I do my brows on my lips. Take my first brown liner, line my lips, then I take a slightly deeper one, and I go in the kind of like the center and go around that line I just created. I've been in my pinky nude era, so I'm going to use a pinky nude liquid lip, and then we use a slightly pink lip gloss to go on top. Just a chef's kiss and pull it all together. Comment some of y'all favorite lip combinations, because I need to try some new ones, girl. I keep sticking to the old, same old. I need some new pickups. I've been using this e.l.f. Halo Glow as like a liquid shimmer, liquid highlighter situations. On certain skin tones, I'll use it as like contour, but on that color personally doesn't really work for contouring me, so I need to go get like one shade up. That one that I just used is 7. I have 6 on my days when I don't really want to wear foundation, but we'll get into all that at a later date. After that, I spray my face, make sure it's nice and wet, and then I go in with the highlighter from Fenty. This one saves me. Like, I don't know, she just does something for me. I like the color. It's a slightly pinky one, and it's just fire. And then once you put your lashes on, babes, the face is done. Look at that. Done. The face gives. These are the difference in concealers that I wanted to show y'all. It's slightly lighter. Not too light, but it's slightly lighter. It's not even super, like if you see my face in person, you're not going to notice it, but it's lighter and I like it. This is what the face looks like in different lighting, and I love you guys. Thank you so much for sticking with me, and tell me what you guys want to see next. I'm gonna take a bougie ass to Rodeo and then let her pick up what